was the most certain commodity entering the playoffs for the Red Sox, coming through in Game 1 versus the Anaheim Angels. But in many ways for Boston, the real series starts tonight with Matsuzaka on the mound. How Daisuke and Beckett perform in the next two games will determine where we go from here.
Daisuke definitely makes me nervous. Walks are very tough in postseason play in particular.
At first I was a little nervous about him pitching, but I think he's been solid all year, so I think he'll put up his normal numbers, and he might put a little work on the bullpen, but ultimately I think they'll get the win out of him.
Daisuke is one of those spot starters where if he's spotting his fastball, he can be extremely effective. However, if he starts throwing that junk early on, which could be for multiple reasons, whether it's nerves or whatever, sometimes he'll put people on base, and that's when things happen.
Well, it also depends on how much Daisuke shows up tonight. He can be wild at times, but considering his track record here, he's 9-0 on the road. I think he's going to do fine tonight.
In Game 1, they did a good job. Lester did a terrific job of making sure he didn't leave runners on base except for the first inning, so he got out of it very easily. My feeling is if Matsuzaka can spot his fastball, he will be very effective and at least give the Sox a good chance later in the game to take it.
I got to be confident in him. I think the Angels know that we have their number.
I think Daisuke's going to do all right tonight, even though everyone gives him a lot of crap for getting people on base a lot, but I think he's going to do all right.
I think Daisuke's going to be great tonight. He's shown this year that he's worth all the money we put into him, and Santana's a good pitcher, but I think he'll out-pitch him.
And then Beckett for Sunday, you know, as long as he's any semblance of his former past self, another win sweep for the Red Sox.
He had a good bullpen session the other day, so I think he's going to go out there and do his normal shutdown, and hopefully he'll cap off the series with a win, and we can go right on to the next series.
He's dominant. I mean, you can't go wrong with Beckett in the playoffs, even though he just came off the injury, but I think he's going to be all right.
We'll see. He's obviously was a huge part of our team last year, but this year has been up and down. I think he'll come out and be as dominant as ever. And I'm saying we'll win in a sweep.
Beckett's a warrior, and I think we've seen what he can do in past playoffs. I mean, the fact when he was with the Marlins, he pitched 2 terrific games, 7 innings or more on 3 days rest or within a 4-day span. I think Beckett will be just fine. I think his injury is a precautionary measure. They gave him the necessary rest. He seems like he's been working out fine. There have been no setbacks, so I think Beckett will be ready and roaring to go. He's just one of those guys. He's a big game pitcher, and if he has the chance to close out the Angels, I think you'll see him do that with ease.
If Beckett proves to be healthy, the Red Sox will have the best postseason pitcher on the mound. Regardless of all that, it's very important that Matsuzaka brings his A game to the Angels tonight. On the Corner, I'm Mel.